Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Richard from WELSHYTECH, and today we have the AMD Ryzen 5 7500 X3D CPU. Is it good at gaming? Let's find out. Okay, so when we talk about actual specs for this, now this does have 6 cores and it does also have 12 threads, so yes, multi-threading is enabled. Now this is Zen 4 architecture from AMD, so this is the 5nm. This is AMD's latest socket, which is AM5. The base clock of this is 4 GHz with a max boost clock at 4.5. This does also have L3 cache up to 96 megabytes, but of course this does also come with the 3DV cache. Now this does have a TDP of 65 watts. It does support DDR5, but it does support DDR5 5200, and that's native, but then obviously the sweet spot for AM5 is 6000. Now it does have PCI 5.0, and yes, this does have onboard graphic on this particular chip. Okay, so when it comes to the overall platform I use, now it is a Sapphire B850A motherboard. It does have 32 gigs of DDR5 from Apacer. It also has an RX 7800 XT. It has a Gen 5 2TB NVMe from Kingston. It also has another 2TB Gen 4 from Samsung. It also has a 1000 watt cooling power supply. It's also housed in the BQuad Shadow-based 800FX, and I did use a Thermalright dual tower cooler. Now, when it comes to the actual benchmarking, I've done Cinebench R23 as well as Cinebench R24. I've also done some 3D mark, and I've also done 4 games, and I've also done temperatures. Now, when it comes to Cinebench R23, the multi-core score was 12,593 with a single core score at 1,628. The Cinebench R24, the multi-core score was 762 with a single core score at 101. So for 3D mark, I did TIMESPY Extreme and I did Speedway. So for TIMESPY Extreme, the CPU score was 4,253 with a GPU at 9,271 with an overall score of 7,876. For Speedway, this does a score as well as an FPS. This does the score at 41.57, and then the FPS was at 41.59. Games, I've done 4 games. I've done Far Cry 6, Assassin's Creed Mirage, I've done Total War, Pharaoh, and as well as Call of Duty 7. Now, they are going to vary in the overall preset. They're all at 1080p, except for Assassin's Creed Mirage was at high, the rest was at ultra settings. So, Far Cry 6, the 1080p ultra settings, the averages on that for FPS was 187 with a minimum of 125. The Assassin's Creed Mirage, now this was a 1080p high with an average FPS at 190 with a 1% low of 121. For Total War Pharaoh, this was at 1080p Ultra. Now the averages of this was 216 with a 1% low of 121. Call of Duty 7. Now this was run at 1080p Ultra settings. The average was 187 with a 1% low of 124. And when it comes to the max temps, I ran it for Cinebench R23 for a 20-minute run, and the highest the temp ever went was 64 Celsius. Okay then, so what I'm going to tell you first of all is what I actually like. Now, this does have 6 cores, it has 12 threads, which is perfectly fine for gaming, even when we come up to the new year. Now, the DDR5 issue. Now, I've tried to stay away from this topic. A lot of channels and a lot of friends I know, especially in the UK, have started going into that, but all I'm going to say is I will not be doing no dedicated videos on it. I think there's enough information out there for you guys to sift through. And also, my channel is all about the what can you get, the best for your money, so forth. So just bear that in mind. Now, what I'm going to tell you first of all is I like this CPU. It does have remnants of the 3600 from AMD. Now, that for its day was the best bang for your buck CPU. Even back then, it's still a good contender now, even if it is a little bit slower. Now, whether you're looking to get into AM5, if you want to get into AM5 and you can get some DDR5, let's just say a little bit lower than what they're going for now, then it's certainly a good option to go for. It's a good CPU you can get into because you can buy a B650 motherboard and you can upgrade to something better down the line. Now, whether you want to buy it or not, that's going to be up to you guys. I mean, obviously I'm going to leave links down below because it gives me a kickback for doing all the work and stuff. But if you don't want to buy it, that's up to you as well. But if you do, then great. The links were down below and I would appreciate that. Now, for what's actually coming. Now, I've got two RTX 5060s here. One I'm reviewing, but they're both basically three fan cards, but they're purely different aesthetics. So Gigabyte offered both, so I took both. Yeah. I've got Sapphire motherboards, I've got cases here, I've got AIOs, I've got coolers, I've got a gaming laptop from HP here that will be coming soon, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, and a big thank you to AMD. Let's hope that the 2026 gets even better for WELSHYTECH, and I hope to grow even further and perhaps start getting in different ideas. I want to know what you guys want to see on the channel, so make sure you let me know, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. This is Richard for WELSHYTECH. Goodbye.